What is going on, you guys? So E3 is just about wrapped up. I am back home and I wanted to talk about each day I was there. So this is kind of like a vlog video, but without me talking to the camera. I think I'm just going to show you clips and pictures or just a random background so I could just talk through this and give you guys an idea of how my days went there, my experience with E3, people I met, people I talked to, things like that. So let's start with day one, which for me was Monday, and that was conference day. Obviously, you guys, we had Microsoft, we had Sony, we had EA, Ubisoft, and Bethesda was the day before. I missed Bethesda because we were on the road at the time. That's when we were driving to LA, so I had to catch up on that later. Fallout 4 though looks really awesome, so that was probably the highlight for me. Doom looks crazy too. But anyways, let's get back to Monday. We woke up, we were all ready to go. The problem with me though, I didn't have a good start that day. I was feeling uncomfortable because I was kind of rushed. I felt like I was being rushed, and that was not anyone's fault but my own. I was not prepared. I was really not prepared that day. I didn't bring my laptop. I didn't bring not that I was going to bring my laptop every day, but because it was conference day and we did not have invites to these conferences, we assumed we were going to watch them in the media room as a last resort. So I thought I should bring my laptop. Obviously I could write, I could watch the streams on there. I don't bring my laptop, so that was one thing. I had a horrible headache, did not bring aspirin, that was another thing. I just did not feel well. I was just one of those things where I was just off, and it was bugging me. I was in my head a little bit. So I literally had to tell myself, Erica, it's time to woman up right now. You're at E3. Let's go. So I had to really motivate and push myself to just push through it. And I did. We went to the media room to watch Microsoft, and about midway I started feeling better and I was getting pumped up. At that point it was just me and Kenny. We were just watching the conference, and we were going to meet up with the Junkie Monkeys after that and try and get into EA. The reason why we didn't try and get into Microsoft was because we were being rushed, we were lost, we went on the wrong freeway, so that threw us off. That was more stress. So you can imagine why I was getting a headache and all that. It was just kind of a bad morning for me, but like I said, I snapped out of it, and yeah, we ended up meeting up. I believe it was right outside the EA conference. We met up with the Junkie Monkeys, which were Alex, Chris, and Will. Really nice guys. If you guys are watching this, I just want to thank you guys for kind of taking me in under your wing a little bit and helping me you know, network a little bit more than I probably would have if I was on my own. You know, you guys helped me out a lot. So I'll get more into that later though. So we meet them. Really cool guys, really nice, and we all hugged, and I felt like I'd known these guys for a long time. That's how comfortable I was with them, and it was just really cool, and it was awesome to see them finally meet Kenny because they had been writing together so long on Google Hangouts and all the meetings that they have. I always hear them talking to each other, and it was really cool to see them finally meet. So I was all happy at that point. I was ready to go. I was pumped. And then here comes BG, so we meet him, and then we met what was his name? Oh, Charles and Katie. They were from Game Fanatics, so I met them. Katie's really cool and Charles is a really nice guy. So we were just like hanging out right there. I'm not even sure if Katie was there yet, but we met Charles. Oh, and then we met Marlon. Yeah, was Marlon there? I think he was. Marlon, you guys might know him from Gaming Realm. He's a really cool guy, really nice, really funny. I have some awesome footage of him at the Sony conference. I'll probably put that up later. He was so in awe at that conference, but we'll talk about that later. So we get into EA. Thanks to Chris, the ninja, we got in there. And it was just awesome. It was kind of like a club setting. We didn't really have a place to sit. They made us go up top, but we got in. We weren't expecting it. We were just hoping, and we got in. So I was pumped about that. EA's conference was okay. I'm not going to really talk about it in this video. It started really strong and ended really strong, but the middle, I gotta admit, I tuned out a bit. But Unravel was probably the highlight for me. That was kind of in the middle somewhere. That game was gorgeous, and I talk about that a lot, I think, in because we did a roundtable kind of thing later on, and Junkie Monkeys should be putting that up. But I talked about the game. I had to. It was just beautiful. Kind of tugged at my heartstrings a little bit. So yeah, EA goes by. We're having a good time. We're all kind of getting to know each other and just talking to each other about certain things. And EA finishes, we leave, and we go straight to Sony because we're thinking Ubisoft or Sony. Of course we're going to go to Sony, and Ubisoft was starting so soon, we had to skip it. We had to put our priorities in front of us. So we went to Sony. On the way there, we stopped at Starbucks, and I think it was BG who was talking to this guy who happened to be from NPD, which is the sales, you know, when it comes to gaming and stuff like that. He was talking to him and getting to know him. So this guy, can't remember his name at the moment, he walks with us to Sony. And I get to talking to him, and I'm asking him about the sales. You know, are those figures really legit? I was asking him all kinds of questions, and he said, yeah, you know, it's all digital. We got it down. Those numbers are for real. So if anybody wants to question it, or you ever wondered that, apparently that's really, you know, the sales. That's really how it is. And yeah, so that was really cool getting to talk to him. We exchanged cards, and we walked all the way to Sony, and wow, Sony knows how to treat people. We went in there, they had this big outside lounge area, like a pre-show, free food, free beer, and a DJ. So we had music, we had a chance to network even more. That's where we saw Hip Hop Gamer. He came out of nowhere, and we hugged. He hugged me right away. He's such a nice guy, and I was telling him that I know Jay Lisa, so he hugged me even harder because, you know, they're real good friends. And it was just awesome. I had a really good time. At that point, I was just so hyped for everything. You know, it was starting to really hit me that I'm here. I'm at E3. I'm in this exclusive lounge thing, and we're here having free food and meeting all these people. I was just so happy at that moment. And we did this pre-show kind of interview thing with the Junkie Monkeys. They recorded it as well, and I can't wait to see it. And Hip Hop Gamer was there with us, and we just kind of gave our predictions, what we want to see. And I'm pretty sure I said Last Guardian on there, so I get a point for that because it did end up being shown there. And yeah, so once it got closer to 6 o'clock, we made our way to the line, and we were, I'd say, maybe 25 people deep. I mean, we were close to the front. So 6 o'clock, I think it was 15 till, the gates open up, we get to enter the you know, the place where the conference is at, and it was mind-blowing just walking through those doors, going down the stairs. I'm going to show you guys footage of that. I'm sure you're watching it right now. It was awesome, and we were kind of running down there because we wanted to get as close as we can. I almost tweaked my ankle. I remember I took this really hard step. I caught myself. I didn't fall or anything, but I just took a really hard step. And for the next couple days, my leg was bothering me, and I'm pretty sure it was because of that. But so that was pretty funny. So I almost embarrassed myself there, almost got really hurt, but I didn't. So we're making our way down there. We get to our seats, and we're all pretty much sitting together. I think BG was in the row behind us. Charles, Lisa met up, which she's really cool. It's BG's girlfriend. She's awesome. She met up with him. So they were sitting in that row, and then it was all the monkeys and then me in front of him. And it was funny during that show because I guess, you know, I was on the stream, and I went back and watched it. It was pretty funny because that camera that was looking at us, I had been waving at it for the longest, like 2 minutes. I was just like, you know, showing my pearly whites. I was smiling, I was waving, I was all prepared for it. And they didn't even show that. They showed after that. I think they went by again, and I was talking to Kenny. We were talking to each other about something. That's what they put on the stream. So I was like, really? And I got all kinds of tweets during the show. Hey, I just saw you. And people were all excited and saying I'm famous and this and that. So it was pretty cool to be interacting with you guys during the show. I was able to tweet and stuff. The service for my phone was actually pretty decent in there. I was shocked, like really shocked. And then, yeah, so anyways, back to like the whole conference. Oh, such a good time. You guys, when I tell you the hype was real for this conference, I mean it. The hype was real. This is what you guys saw for the Final Fantasy VII Remake. This is what you saw.
After the long calm, there are now the beginnings of a stir. The reunion at hand may bring joy. It may bring fear. But let us embrace whatever it brings. For they are coming back. At last, the promise has been made.
Now, this is what I saw, and this is what really went down right here.
The reunion at hand may bring joy. It may bring fear. But let us embrace whatever it brings. For they
So you could see Hip Hop Gamer was going wild. Everyone was going wild right there. I mean, it was just such a good time. And I was even kind of laughing to myself thinking, maybe the reason why people get so crazy at Sony conferences is because they give us that free beer. They give us those free drinks before. So we're a little bit with a little baby buzz in there, and maybe that has something to do with it. I don't know, but it was hype. I mean, we just had a really good time and had so much fun in there. All the announcements, there was always somebody cheering for them. It didn't matter what it was. People were cheering, and that was making me laugh. Like I said earlier, Marlon was just in awe. I took some video of him. He was just enjoying himself, and that made me happy. Seeing everybody into it and just enjoying themselves made me enjoy it even more. So that's the good thing and the great thing about just meeting people and being with a big group, is that you can experience it together and just go crazy about gaming and be dorks for a while and just be as one. So of course the show ended with Uncharted. I'm not going to go through all the games. I'm just going to say, it ended with Uncharted 4. Beautiful game. And once I talk to you guys about the actual stuff I saw on the floor, I'm going to go into a little bit more detail about the more extended footage that I was able to see. Oh my gosh, you guys. Gorgeous. I mean, the best looking game ever that I've ever seen on a console. I trust me when I say that. So yeah, I ended the show with that. Everybody was just pumped up. Of course, it started with Last Guardian. How could I even miss this? And I remember I was just telling everybody, see, I knew it. I knew it was going to be shown. And everybody was all hyped for that. So of course, when you start a show with Last Guardian and you end with Uncharted, I mean, you're talking hype throughout the whole thing. You're just setting it up for a bunch of people to just be so excited. And it was so fun. Definitely a huge highlight of my E3. So, like I was saying earlier, after we left the conference, we had a round table kind of thing after, where we all talked about all the games that were shown, and we compared it to Microsoft's conference. We kind of talked about other games like from EA. We talked about Battlefront a lot, just all the games that stood out to us and that we enjoyed and we can't wait for. That was really fun, and I'm really glad I was a part of that. So thank you again to Junkie Monkeys for giving me that opportunity just to be out there to represent She Attack, and I was just feeling it. By that time I was just so happy and just having such a good time. And then after that we went back to Starbucks, charged our phones for a little bit, and then me and Kenny went back to our hotel. So that was my first day. I don't think I'm leaving anything out, at least anything too important to forget. If anything, it was just little things, meeting certain people, talking to random people, exchanging cards, free beer, like I was saying. It was, man, talk about a good time. It was just one of those things that's a once in a lifetime thing. And that day was definitely up there as far as my whole E3 experience. Started bad, like I was saying, but it ended oh so good. So That's it for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I will try and do day 2 and day 3. I don't know how soon I'll get those out. It's just when I have time to make videos, that's when I'm going to take advantage. But yeah, so thank you again for watching. Thank you to those who spotted me in the Twitch stream and were tweeting me and stuff. I appreciated it. I even got texts from my uncle. He saw it too, and he was all laughing about it, and it was just awesome. Yeah, so that's it, you guys. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Peace.